No, his name is Ellie.
One. Oh my god.
Okay, and it's gone.
Oh no.
Okay, I think. Hello. I promise I will not. Hello. Hello.
Oh, we're experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Some technical chocolates.
Hello. Okay, this one works.
Yay.
Right. 1, 2, 3.
We can deal with the second one at intermission.
Okay, great. Okay, hi everyone, and welcome to the new edition of Laughter is the Best Medicine. Please give your applause. So yes, just like Peter Alexeyevich said, he gave you me, which is, my name is Olena, and I'm about to be the host, or more precisely, the hostess for today. So this is what's gonna happen. We're going to be laugh. We're going to improvise. We're going to tell some stories. Some of them will be funny. Some of them might be cringy. I'm talking about my stories. And what is requested from you, just please be warm, be welcome, and if you have anything funny to say, don't shout. Just come during the pause. Tell me your jokes. I will steal them, and I will finally become a very famous comedian. Okay, just like I planned. Okay, great. Before we will be inviting the first person to communicate, Jesus, this is already the second beer talking. Before we will invite the first person to perform, my job would be to warm you up, and don't ask me to bring the microwave. I want you to be warmed up because of my welcoming presence. And I will be asking you some questions, okay? Some of them will be very general, some of them might be weirdly specific, but this is what is about to happen. Okay, I will start with the first one. So today, before coming here, I think something is happening with my microphone, no? Can you still hear me? Okay, great. So before coming here, I was actually in the movie theater, and I was watching the K-pop. Do you know what is K-pop? Please clap if you do, right? This is some Korean pop music. And I was with my friend because she's a big fan of K-pop. And we were watching the concert of BTS. This is the person I am. I'm just watching some random concerts. And when we were going there, I said, okay, so you are buying us tickets, I will buy you some popcorn. And when we bought popcorn, I'm like, hey, do you know what this popcorn is with? She's like, no. And I'm like, this is K-popcorn. And she's like, Jesus, are you performing today at the comedy? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh my God, I just feel so sorry for these people. So you know what it's going to be about. Anyway, so we are going to introduce each other to each other because I want us to all feel like we're one big community, which I think we are because Peter Alexeyevich united us all. Just like one Peter Alexeyevich did before, but we don't appreciate him enough. Okay, great. We will start with the first table where I see 4 beautiful people, 3 women and 1 man who is bald and not looking in my direction. Sorry, I'm just being very straight. So we will start with you. Gentlemen, can I know your name, sir? Jonathan. Okay, Jonathan, where are you from?
Canada.
You're from Canada. Okay. What do you think about the recent announcements of Trump that Canada is actually the USA? Okay, what are you doing here, Jonathan?
I have a charity foundation.
You have a charity foundation. Great. Please, round of applause for Jonathan. He's doing a great job. How long have you been in Ukraine?
3 years.
2 years? 3 years. Okay, so almost at the beginning of the war. Great. Jonathan, what have you understood about Ukraine so far?
They're very resilient people.
Resilient. Can you tell us some synonym to that word? Because I find it hard to understand what resilience means.
Strong
Strong, okay. And what's the difference between Ukrainian comedy and Canadian comedy?
We're not funny.
You're not funny? Okay, that's very, self-critical. And what do you like about comedy? Well, like, what is your, I don't know, maybe favorite comedian, favorite comedy show?
I've never been to one. This is my first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
And why are you specifically here? Not in Ukraine, but like here.
Peter, Becca.
Okay, and how do you know Peter?
Through Becca. She's my charity partner in the U.S.
Great, and how Rebecca knows Peter? No. Okay, great. Round of applause for Jonathan, and we are going to Rebecca. Rebecca, hi, how are you doing? As you can see, I'm doing great. I'm struggling. So you're also I'm Ukrainian, so I'm struggling all the time. You're from Canada as well, no?
United States.
United States, great. And so you're also running foundation charity, right? Which is great. Round of applause for Rebecca. We're surviving because of you guys. Because apparently your government doesn't do enough. Anyway, back to the thing. So Jonathan told us that he knows Peter Alexievich because of you. So it's your fault, right? And how do you know Peter Alexievich?
It's our secret. No.
It's your secret. Okay.
No, social media. We met through social media.
Was it Tinder?
It was farmers only.
Farmers only?
That's a real thing.
That's a real thing. Yes. Excuse me, can we leave you for a moment? I'm just trying, to host here. So anyway, so you know Peter Alexievich, right? And he invited you for the comedy. Is it your first time here?
Yes.
Okay, what are your expectations?
First time in Ukraine.
First time in Ukraine? My God, so you were just here for a couple of days?
It's almost been 2 weeks, but yeah.
Okay, round of applause. I mean, bravery and stupidity a little bit. Have you seen the rockets and everything? What do you think about that? Is it
It
scary?
wouldn't be funny, but no, I don't think it's like very scary, but I do think it's very hurtful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a mushy person.
Okay, great. Rebecca, we will do our best not to disappoint you today, but hey, you're from USA, you're used to disappointment already, right? That's your thing. By the way, specifically for Rebecca, I can impersonate your president. Do you want to see that? Oh, what a nice guy. What a beautiful guy. I always say, okay, great. Yeah, I don't know. I'm 36 and I still think this is my biggest achievement, like I can do Trump. I even posted on Tinder and apparently men don't find it sexy because I have 0 replies on that, but I'm still hoping. Okay, round of applause for Rebecca and we will go back to your table, I promise. Okay, the next table, and I think I need to go down because I don't see a shit. We have some serious men sitting there, right? And I will start with the man with the beard. Hello, sir. What's your name?
My name is Rebas.
Rebas. Where are you from, Rebas? Georgia. Okay, we were talking about Georgia just now. There are a lot of Russians, you know that? A lot of Russians in Georgia right now.
They will run away from Russia.
That's why you're here, right? Rebas, what you are doing?
I'm working in international work
Mm-hmm. And you're here for how long?
since 2018.
Okay, so you were staying here. The war started and still not going to Georgia.
Back and forth.
Okay, great. Do you already know Ukrainian?
A bit.
A bit.
I can understand most of it, but speaking wise.
Mm-hmm. What is your impression about Ukraine like? What's the difference between Ukraine and Georgia? Nothing, it's the same. What about food?
Our food is better.
Your food is better. Okay, get out here, Rebaz. Thank you so much for Rebaz. That's a round for applause. And we have a man who is looking at me. I don't know, maybe other people are looking at me as well, but I see this man, so I will talk to you, sir. What's your name? Alexei. Okay, where are you from, Alexei? From Ukraine. Okay, great. I feel like we're at some English courses where we're supposed to talk to each other. Alexei, why are you here? Not in Ukraine, I mean.
I'm drinking beer, that's why I'm here.
Okay, so that's the only reason you're not here for the comedy thing?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. What do you like about comedy? Like, what's your preferences in comedy?
Any comedy, anything that makes
Needs to
you
be
laugh.
fun.
That's the evening for you, sir. Like any comedy. Okay, great. Round of applause for Alexei. Okay, we will continue talking to the audience just in a while because now I want everyone who is native speakers I mean of English, please make some noise. I want to know how many of you are here. Not that many,
So many.
but I'm sorry, I have already prepared that, so you have to listen. So I have many questions to you guys. Like, do you know that your language is kind of fucked up? We love English, we appreciate English, really, don't get me wrong. But here is the thing. Do you know that in English we have you have 600,000 words. Do you know that? And in Ukrainian, we have 135,000 words.
Yep.
I even heard that in the informal version, we have 1 million of words in English. And this is my question. If we have 1 million English words, how come the word run has 647 definitions? The word set has around 300 something definitions. What the fuck the rest the words are doing? Here's the thing. I imagine that, for example, I have a dying relative, right? And this relative holds some secret, family secret that is like, I don't know, generational curse. And this relative is dying, and the last words that he will tell me defines my whole future. I want this word to be as exact and clear as it can be. So if he is dying and says something like, here we go, I will not understand anything. Or he will say like, sat and run, and then he will die, right? This will never happen in Ukrainian, because in Ukrainian, whatever he will say, I will like, oh, nah, yeah, that's true. Russians are fuckers. Like, that's probably what they will say. But in English, and this is the thing, you might think, okay, maybe other words in English are also busy. No, they're not. You have the fucking word which is pronounced as wraith. Let me spell that for you. It is W-R-A-I-T-H.
All right.
Right? Wraith. Peter says, do you know the meaning of that word?
I believe I do.
What does it mean?
It means an amorphous spirit that inhabits the barrows.
Thank you so much. Yet, Ran has 647 definitions. So I checked that word, wraith, in the dictionary. It has 3 definitions. You know what was the most famous one, the most popular one? It literally means the ghost-like figures that look exactly like you, and you see that just before you die. Who the fuck talks about that shit? I mean, this word has 3 meanings, and the most popular one is that. Okay, do you know how to say that word in Ukrainian? That's right. You don't know, because there is no such thing in Ukrainian. We are poor, we have 135,000 words, and we're using them wisely. Here is the thing. Imagine that this fucking shit really exists. There is a ghost-like figure who looks exactly like you, which I feel sorry for my figure, because for the last years I'm not taking good care of myself. And this thing will just come up to you, and then you will die. Which means that you need this word for a couple of hours only. You'll be like, I just saw that fucking thing, and then you'll be dead, right? So here's the thing. Maybe we need to throw away that whole fucking meaning, take this word, and reload a little bit the word run. Because the word run is just, it's like 647 definitions on it already. And that word is like, you know what? The last time they mentioned me was in 1982. What a year was that? What a year. It was like 3 times they mentioned me in total. Another word that I recently find is called, I believe, snarf. You know what snarf means?
Yeah.
What that means?
Is it like diving, a different thing of diving?
Not really. I think that's snork. You see how fucked up that English
Yeah,
is?
I
No.
know, yeah.
I think snarf means the guy who smells the bicycle seats after women.
What?
They have a word for that?
Yep.
Ew.
I checked that. I'm like, that's a good word to be used for that. And I checked, it only has two other definitions. One definition. It means to eat greedily and fast.
Okay.
Just say, I eat greedily and fast. People will know that they can see you, right? If you eat greedily and fast, that's probably visible. Why can't you use this word and let run, feel a little bit less under the stress? Okay, so this is my questions about this fucking English language. I love your language, but I'm sorry, that just doesn't fucking make any sense. Okay, are we ready for our first comedian? Is that correct? Great. So guys, I would like to introduce the first comedian on the stage, and I promise you, you will love that, because this is Natalia. This is the lady who, first of all, has very great profession. She's a chemist, right? And we have great chemistry with her. Just like my K-pop corn joke. And Natalia also has lots of interests. Some of them is watching TikTok in the least expected circumstances. Ladies and gentlemen, here on the stage for you, the first performer is Natalia Chihrin.
Hi everybody. Round of applause for Olena. The best coach. Before starting joking, I need to know what people are here. So clap if you think that you are smarter than average. Okay. I heard that 95% of people think they are smarter than average. 95%. So whether you are lying or an expert on TikTok. Well, me, I think that I am smarter than average. And not because I'm very smart, no. I just think that most of people are extremely stupid. Really, I think so. I think that you, and everybody here are smart. All other fucking idiots. Really. Because people do a lot of stupid things. Because everything I do, I can explain. For example, if somebody doesn't know, like, capital of Canada, he's stupid. If I don't know, so I forgot. Everybody can forget something. If somebody calculates 2 plus 3 with calculator, he's stupid. If me, then I'm just tired. I don't want to think right now. And from the young age, we were told that to be smart is good, it's cool. Ukrainians maybe remember TV show The Smartest One.
Yeah.
Самый умный, yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't remember, there was TV show where children around age of 12 compete who among them understand Tina Kandelaki. Ukrainians know it. Yeah. And children like me who were watching this show become more and more traumatized. Because look how smart they are. Why can't you be like them? My grandma very loved this show. And she always commented, like, oh, this one is kind of stupid. Only 4 right answers. I asked her, and how many did you know right? She says, 0. But I don't want to be on television.
Makes sense.
So people just like to call somebody stupid. on television, they understood it, and now instead of the smartest one, there are the dumbest one. But they call it Super Mama. Yeah. And we were told that be smart at school, and that children who are smarter, who have better grades, will have better jobs and more money. And we believe in it. But now I realize that people who are rich enough to rent out their apartment don't know basic physics. Because what does it mean? 7 minutes to metro. Like, distance is not measured in minutes. In meters, kilometers. If you freak, in miles or feet. But not minutes. Okay, distance is measured in light years. But 7 light minutes to Metro Nivki is somewhere on the surface of sun. And distance is measured in light years only because the speed of light is always the same. There is no way that today light goes faster because it's in the great mood. But my speed, it depends on everything. On the weather, on the song in my headphones, on the destination. Like, if it's 7 minutes while I going for work, then it's 3 minutes if I'm going to drink with my friends. Yeah. Like, I got another problem. I've got a problem with Russian language. I know it. And it is a problem. Yeah. Somebody once said that as many languages you know, as many times you are a human being. But it doesn't work with Russian. You need to count it with a minus sign. Really. Because knowing Russian makes me a worse person. I'll explain. Recently I heard like one famous person said, this book completely changed my life. I don't believe in such things. One book cannot change life. So I need to read it to see that, yeah, nothing changes. So I type name of the book in Google, in Ukrainian, but I see 2 options. In Ukrainian, 350 hryvnias, and in Russian, download for free. And you know that download for free is bad. It's a piracy. So then start a battle between my decency and my greed. Yeah. And if I didn't know Russian, if I couldn't read in Russian, it wouldn't happen. I would have no other choice like to say, screw this book. No way I pay in 350 hryvnias plus delivery. Because in Ukrainian, they're only a paper book. And I don't like to read paper one. I like to read from my phone. Because book from my phone, I cannot accidentally binge with coffee or tear a page and put myself down for it. And for paper book, you need to wait for delivery. And I don't want to wait. I want to read right now. Because the next day, I would think, what a crap I bought. Put it on the shelf and forget it forever. But if I read in Russian in metro, I feel like everybody around is judging me. And if somebody don't judge me, I judge them for that. Yeah. But the main problem is that there is a lot of tips about how to learn language, and none of how to forget one. And last weekend I realized that perform for free is better than perform for free drinks, especially on Sunday night. I'm too old for this shit. Really. And I'm too greedy for not drinking for free. Because I did some work, I wrote jokes, I convinced my anxiety that I won't be cancelled for this joke. You know, my anxiety is much more creative than me. For every my joke, it has from 3 to infinity reasons why they will cancel me for that. I memorize my jokes. Honestly, I was shocked that I need to memorize my own joke. I wrote it. It came from my brain. It already was there. Why do I need to put it there again? I went out, I performed, so I did a lot of work. So I think I deserved just a little bit to get wasted. But you know, now hangover is much worse than I was 16. And you may think, you're not supposed to drink at 16. The legal age is 18. But you know, I've got a friend who at 16 already had quit drinking. Really. And if at 16, while drunk, I did some stupid shit, like text to my crush, then now alcohol woke up in me a scientist. Really. I decided to take an IQ test to see if the result is different from when I'm sober. And you know what? The result is exactly the same. Exactly the same, despite that I needed to pause to throw up. So now I can say that 6 shots of tequila don't do any damage to your brain. But I cannot say anything about other drinks. So I need go to do more experiments. Thank you.
Natalia, thank you so much. I told you she's a scientist, right? Didn't tell you that she's alcohol addict, but you know. By the way, the thing that Natalia said about some people when you like, you're doing that just because you're stupid and I'm doing that just because I'm tired. There is a word for that. It's actually attribution bias. You see, so now you laugh and you got smarter, okay? Okay. So anyway.
600,000 words.
Yes, it's 2 words, attribution bias. So it's really when you attribute something to someone's character when they're doing some bullshit. But when it's your turn, you'll be like, I'm just feeling like that today. So you're that attributing that to external factors. Now you know. Also, Natalia, I wouldn't be so worried about being cancelled for some jokes because I recently read that P. Diddy got only 4 years of imprisonment. Do you know about P. Diddy? I recently had the conversation with him in Instagram. Do you know that? Well, in conversation, I texted him, okay? And I did it in Ukrainian. I said, fuck you, P. Diddy, in Ukrainian. And he didn't reply me. I assume that's because he's in prison, right? So he doesn't have internet there. And you know why I did that in Ukrainian? Because I believe that by the time he go back from prison, everybody would speak Ukrainian. That's my ambitions. Also, I would like to mention that Natalia said that the book, especially one book, cannot change your life. I beg to disagree. Because I think the checkbook can really change my life. And I hope it will someday. Okay, guys, we are going to the next comedian, but before that, there is one guest that I would like to talk. And I see a beautiful lady who is looking at me from the shadow. What's your name, ma'am? Yeah, I'm looking at you. Sorry, no. There is no Tanya. Tanya, definitely not from England, right? You're from Ukraine, right? Tanya, why are you here? Sorry? Tula? Ah, Tula. Okay, and who do you know here? Like, how did you get here? Threads. Oh, you just got information from the threads, right? Jesus, Peter Alexeyevich, your marketing actually worked. We have some people here from the threads. Great. What is your what is your example in comedy? Like someone who you really love and think is funny, like to understand what to get prepared for. It doesn't matter, like generally. Zelensky, yeah, Zelensky is making us laugh all these years. I'm like, open this, Telegram and can't stop laughing. That's true. Thank you so much, Tanya. The round of applause, and I like the answer. Okay, great. Now, guys, can I ask you if you guys love reading?
Sure.
And be honest, because I also tell everyone that I love reading, but I don't, because I have this ADHD and I don't read. Okay, do you love philosophy? No. Okay, because someone who is about to perform remind me of a very famous philosopher whose name is Arthur Schopenhauer. But unlike Arthur Schopenhauer, he doesn't disrespect women. I hope so, Taras. And he doesn't say some bullshit about that women are, inferior to men. Ladies and gentlemen, someone who will cause cognitive dissonance just by the way he looks, because he looks absolutely foreign. And at the same time, his name is Taras Frolov, so that's the next comedian that we will have on stage.
I'm thankful. I'm deeply thankful.
You didn't say thank you once.
Can I put it inside? Oh, okay. Can you hear me? Okay, thank you. Please give me some cheers because I'm a bit under the weather today. Thank you. You're very kind. Just to start, once I had this beautiful gig, beautiful performance that ended after the first joke, and I just like to repeat this joke because maybe this one will be also over after this one, this joke, and it was about Canadians. So my question to the audience is why there are so many Canadians in paradise waiting for reincarnation. Your guesses? Just because. Nice one. Anybody else?
Canada's amazing.
Yeah, Canada is amazing, but why they are waiting for reincarnation still?
They want to be born in Australia.
A lot of Indians. Well, my suggestion is that the death rate of Canadians doesn't match the birth rate of pandas.
Okay.
And that's why there is a huge queue in paradise of Canadians who are waiting to be reincarnated. So that was a good joke that time. This time it didn't work at all. Probably I should leave or tell my huge long story. Yeah, my huge long story, well, it started in August. It was Sunday. It was 2 p.m. and I was sitting at my room watching video tutorials on how to play the pool. So for those people who are not familiar with the word pool, it's billiard. And yeah, so the last time I was playing pool was in 2016, and I played it on a different planet. On that planet, we have airport Żylany, and we could get from Żylany to Katowice, which is in Poland, in 40 minutes. In that space and time, David Bowie was still alive, and Donald Trump was just another American businessman whose hair grew up into independent life form. Yeah, so I was watching these videos just because my friend invited me to the game, and I said yes, sure, I will come. And now, sitting in my room, I was thinking, why the hell I agreed? It's just because, you see, I'm not really familiar, and I don't really like the social gatherings that we all call parties, where there are lots of people, because there are great expectations about them, about parties, and you hear the party, you see beautiful people smiling, telling jokes to each other, drinking beer, and you are the center of attention. Of course, you tell your beautiful jokes, and everybody laughs, not like today, but anyway. Yeah, and you think, wow, what a great time. And at the end of the evening, after you have a great time of your life, a beautiful lady, moderately drunk, comes to you and says, hey, do you want to play pool with me? What do you say? Yeah, of course, reality is quite different, absolutely different. When you go to the party, you hear some people joking about books and about words, and everybody laughs about that, and you're sitting somewhere in a dark corner, and it's birthday party, of course, and it's your birthday. And yeah. So when I go if I only have something to do. I could wash dishes, I could read a book, I can also peel potatoes. But peeling potatoes in a pool hall, it doesn't seem to be quite a good idea. So, what the hell? And to answer this question, you have to know, yeah, probably, you could do that. Anyway, I don't need it. So, yeah, to know the answer to this question, no, actually I need it. It's my friend. My friend, his name is Sergei, and he's a beautiful guy. He's a wonderful guy. He's well-mannered. He's very well educated. He has a steady job. He's a son my mom has never had. And the only thing that cancels all his virtues is that he's undeniably handsome. He is, well, he's. I should read it because it's not his fault. You know, everybody could be a blue-eyed, square-jawed, tall giant whose presence attracts attention of every single female in the room. And when I say every single female, I include cats, dogs, and mosquitoes. And he really feels about that. And his friends do not blame him. Because, you know, it's all in nature. He was not just so lucky. And he tries to blend in. He even grows a mustache on his face, and it doesn't help. Because his face is work of art, and no amount of facial hair could spare this beauty, except for the very small one, right in the middle, like this. So, I'm watching these videos, how to hold the cue, how to aim, and I'm thinking about this mustache business, and I'm thinking about my friend's son, Nathan. He's 16 now, and yeah, he's also wearing mustache, not like Sihi, no. His mustache is more like an evidence of Nathan drinking a cup of milk from a very hairy cow who survives a very violent season of shedding. You just want to wipe the thing off, but you can't. You just can't. I don't know. Well, he's very very good guy, Nathan. And 1 month he wants to play bass in Arctic Monkeys, Please cheer for Arctic monkeys. Thank you. So the next month, he wants to discover anti-gravitation. Please cheer for this beautiful dream. Thank you. And the next month, he breaks up his grandma's porcelain cups just because he's really into this Japanese art of mending things. And I don't really know if it has something to do with the day he went missing, but I will come back to that later. Or it's just because of his name, you know, Natan, Prapan, Bhutan. It's like some kind of name of the gas. Very active, very light, and highly explosive. So, yeah, one day he comes into the room and he shouts, he slams the door, he slams the bookshelf, and he said, because he fell out with his friend. And he said, well, she's no longer a friend of mine. Don't ever mention her name to me. Her name, by the way, is Karina, and she lives in Germany now. But, but they text to each other, and Karina knows that this month, Natan is really into esports. He's gonna be a champion. And she sends him a professional game controller. He said, thank you, and she calls him a jerk. What, Natan? You say thank you, and she calls you a jerk? Really? Yeah, I texted her. Look, read. That's what I wrote. You've matched my preferences with such a scary accuracy. Not sure if I should be impressed or concerned. Am I really that easy to figure out? My greatest gratitude to you. Natan, what the fuck? Did you really wrote that? Yeah? Well, kind of. I asked ChatGPT. Well, you know, I was busy. I didn't know what to do, what to write. And after all, you know. Yeah, Natan, I know. You're a very good kid, but you're a jerk. On another day, on another occasion, he comes into the room, bumping in every piece of furniture on his way, and he's wearing the thickest glasses I ever seen. I don't know, guys, about you, but I'm bespectacled for a long time, and I know that the thicker the glasses, the worse is the eyesight. So I said, oh, Natan, hello! I'm so happy to see you in glasses, because I'm too. Welcome to the club. And is it long-sightedness, short-sightedness, maybe astigmatism? And he said, no, it's neither. Why? What's wrong? And he says, it's for my looks. Kids at school say that I look a bit like hammerhead. And in these glasses, I look like normal kid. Natan is over-dramatizing, of course. Because, you know, people here, do you know what is hammerhead is? Not
Shark.
Shark, yeah. We call it like hammerhead because it has long head and eyes are here. So his face is basically like that. His face, well, his eyes on the wider side. And these glasses really make them a bit closer. But to wear this huge -5 lenses and bump into every piece of furniture, it's insane. So probably, yeah, I decided it's almost certainly has something to do with the day he went missing, and he went missing in 2016, that year on the other planet. It was July, it was his birthday, everybody came to Dacha, to his parents, and he was very grateful for the presents, but he was just one kid in the company of grown-ups. And we grown-ups have our good time, we eat cake, mosquitoes ate us in a great circle of life, and I read my book, I piled a bucket of potatoes, so I felt quite content. It was getting dark, and then somebody said that, where is Natan? And Natan went missing. And yeah, some of us were excited to shout the name, Natan, Natan, in the dark of the Ukrainian village. but actually it was not really funny for his parents, not for his mother, not for his father, and well, they found him. They found him after they reached and crossed the brink of nervous breakdown 3 times. They found him in a shed near the river, and of course they hugged him and asked him, Natan, what has happened? And he said, oh, I was hiding. And why you were hiding? And he whispered just the only thing that an 8-year-old kid would whisper to his parents who left him alone in the party with grown-ups. He said, oh, you know, I was hiding because I wanted to be found. And yeah, so I'm still watching this video, and yeah, watching this video, and I thought that maybe we are all a bit like Natan. Well, actually me, certainly. But maybe we all are a bit like Natan, wearing stupid glasses to look prettier. Talking to ChatGPT, asking ChatGPT to write to look smarter. Going on stage, doing some passes with hands, just because we hiding and we want to be found. Just because we have this ridiculous hope that in the end of the evening, a beautiful and very attractive lady, slightly drunk, would come to us and say, hey, do you want to play pool with me? And you would say, oh, sure! And she would say, not you, silly. I'm talking to that fellow with the mustache. Is it Sihi, right? That's it. Thank you.
Hey, do you want to play pool with me?
Sure.
Was not talking to you, Dami. Peter Alexievich, that was my guess. Anyway, thank you so much. Round of applause for Taras. I told you that would be some philosophical shit, didn't I? And by the way, that story about calling out Natan's name in the dark, I have a similar story, which I'm afraid I will be cancelled too. But hey, PDD only got 4 years in prison, so what do I have to worry about? When I was living in the United Arab Emirates, I had a friend whose name was Darina, or as I was calling her, Dasha. The problem is that we all know that there is this international terroristic organization, not Russia, no. It is called ISIS, right? IGIL, right? But here is the thing, ISIS is called in Arabic, Daesh. So one time, I was walking on the street and I saw my friend in front of me and she didn't see me. And I was like, Daesh! Daesh! And I didn't understand why these Arabic people were like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, Daesh! And when I finally, you know, she just turned around, there were like, I don't know, 5 or 6 Arabic guys who was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, what? You're afraid that the white girl will blow you up? That would be interesting. Right? Okay, never mind. Anyway. Okay, great. We will continue talking to people. And today I will start with the lady in a beautiful green jacket. Green pullover. I don't know. I don't know how to call clothes. What's your name, ma'am?
Sharon.
Sharon. Okay, that's a beautiful name. Sharon, where are you from?
I'm from England.
You're from England. What do you think about this misdistribution of English words that I recently presented? Do you agree with that?
Yes, because I'm an English teacher and yeah, with Ukrainian kids, and yes, sometimes it's. I understand why it's confusing for them. Yes.
That is so true. Isn't it confusing for any other normal person? And how long have you been in Ukraine?
2 years.
2 years, great. So you like the war started and you'd be like, let's teach some English to this Ukrainian people under rockets. Great. Is it your first time going to the country at war, or you just like some extreme?
Yes, probably.
So the war started and you just decided to go from England to Ukraine. I like that. Did you try some drugs? I don't know, maybe, you know, this, if you like this.
Well, I came originally as a volunteer and then wanted to stay. I still volunteer, but I also teach.
Great.
Keep going, yeah.
And what's the age of your kids?
I teach 3rd to 5th grade, so they're between 8 and 11.
That's interesting. What's the difference between pupils in Ukraine and England? Apart that you were teaching them in bomb shelter, apparently, but like apart from that.
Yes.
Hard to tell, right? So kids are kids.
Kids are kids, yeah, absolutely. They misbehave, there's a lack of discipline everywhere.
Annoying.
I think in North Korea, kids are very disciplined.
Yeah.
Great. And how are you here? Like, do you also know Peter Alexievich?
No, I know Jonathan, who knows Becca, who knows me.
This is like the sixth handshake theory. Great. Great. A round of applause for Sharon, and thank you so much for teaching our kids. That's so great. Before I will introduce not the last comedian, the next comedian, right? And I would like to tell a few things about her. So she probably is going to tell you something different this time, but this is how I always will remember Tatiana, about her high fever dreams. You know, these dreams when you have this 39 temperature. One time I woke up and I understood that I just had a romantic dream. The dream where I was seriously infatuated with the man. And we were not being intimate yet because I woke up. But I was like, oh my God. And then I realized that this dream was about fucking Putin. I swear, I was like, shall I call SBU on myself, like on my brain? Shall I get cancelled for just having inappropriate dreams? And when I heard Tanya's comedy for the first time, I'm like, this is the person who I need to talk about my weird and absolutely inexplicable dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, very charming, very interesting, one of the kind, Tatiana with her comedy.
Thank you. You know, I have one problem. From time to time, I forget English words. So please help me if I fuck up. Okay, it's like a lady runs into a drugstore and asks, do you have acetylsalicylic acid? Do you mean aspirin? Yes, exactly, I keep forgetting this word. Excuse me, I'm here not for making you laugh. Maybe someone once asked me, then why?
Why?
Okay, thank you for question. I'm here for making you think. Okay, it's like a lady walks down the street, early morning, sunrise, nightingale, and all of a sudden she notices a man sits on the sidewalk, a knife in his belly. Oh, it's so pity. I am so sorry. It must be so painful. Yes, ma'am, when I laugh. It's supposed to be a joke. Sorry, I know to say it's supposed to be a joke after joking, it's stupid. But I'm blonde. Okay. As I told before, I'm in a habit of reading news every morning. I can say a lot of interesting things there, and some of them I want to discuss with you. Let's get started. Thank you. The next incident has happened in China. A woman in gym ran on a treadmill wearing a high heel shoes, fell off from there, broke her leg and sued the gym. You get the pictures. I can predict someone of you say, oh bitch, that was her fault. I'm begging you, don't be quick to judge that lady. Do you remember, don't judge a man before walking a mile in his shoes. Hey. Have you ever worn high heel shoes? You, feel free, be honest. We're all your family.
Once on Halloween.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Just look, on the one hand, running in heels is a skill every woman should acquire if she wants to be beautiful and safe. On the other hand, just imagine situation number one. That lady has learned by chance that her ex-husband gonna be in that gym this evening. Immediately, he gets her hair up, makeup, manicure. She runs into a luxury shop and buy, teeny jumpsuit, like cat suit, but there wasn't appropriate size, and she bought 2 sizes bigger. Smaller. But I think it's even better. Okay. In the gym, she comes up to her ex and says, "Hey, you bastard. Do you understand finally the how it's this word? The extent of your loss?" And as Shakira singing, "You trade in a Ferrari for a Twingo, a Rolex for a Casio." Then she shows him her bag, goes to the treadmill and starts running beautifully. Then she fall down, break her leg and suit the gym. Because what the fuck? Okay, the option number 2. That lady all of a sudden meets in a gym a handsome, athletic-looking black man who comes so often in her dreams, but in her dreams he was completely naked. But it doesn't matter now. She thinks, this is a chance of all my life. Next moment she casts an eye in the mirror. Not today. Meet me in my dream, Mr. Chance. Okay. And let's take situation number 3. The lady walks through the park, unexpected sees a man wearing a long coat and he is completely naked under it. No, this man, the man who always has what to show. You can meet him near the school, in park. For cases like that, every woman was practicing in running in heels. Or maybe she dresses like that for scaring off some pricks. In the gym, a strange man approaches her and says, "Hey, let's spend this night together, baby." My mama didn't raise this rose for you. I'm so sorry. I'm too beautiful for you, understand? Please, get lost. Okay, there are a lot of another reasons to wear high heel shoes in gym. Just think about that after our show. Thank you.
Round of applause for Tatiana. Tanya. As I said, it was one of the kind. 39 temperature dreams, just like I told you. Great. So now we will continue talking to some beautiful faces here, which I cannot see because these lights are blinding me. I'm like Weekend, you know the song Blinding Lights? That's it. I see a lot of people at the last table, and I will talk to the lady with blonde hair who is staring right at me, even if she doesn't. Yes, don't look around. Yes, that won't save you. Hi, ma'am. What's your name? Nadia. Okay, you're Ukrainian, right? Sorry, I'm sounding disappointed. So you're Ukrainian. What do you do, Nadia? You work with customers. Yeah, maybe you're selling drugs, you know, because this answer is very vague. Like, I'm working with customers. Of course, I'm pretty sure that you are. And how do you know, I don't know, Peter Alexievich, or how did you come here? You were about to know that. Oh my God, that thread thing works. Okay, great. And what's your highest expectations about comedy? That for something to make you laugh, like, and you will be laughing and pissing yourself or whatever.
I don't have any expectations.
I love people who have no expectations. You know, when I meet someone on Tinder with that, I'm like, that's my match. Great, great. Thank you so much. Round of applause for Nadia. And we're about to talk to someone. Okay, I will be very honest. Do you have foreigners at the table? Because I'm only interested in foreigners. Nah, that's what I thought. Okay, sorry guys, no, it's fine.
American there.
Which one? Oh, hello, sir. What's your name? Matthew. Is it like Matthew McConaughey? Exactly like that. Where are you from, sir? United States. How did you like my Trump impression?
It was pretty spot on. That was good.
It was good, yeah? Okay. I was expecting you said it's perfect, it blew your shit up, but it's fine. Matthew, what do you do?
I'm a soldier.
You're a soldier. Oh my God, round of applause for Matthew, that's for sure. Thank you so much for your service. Sir, how long have you been here? Sorry?
1 month and a half.
1 month and a half. So how do you like it so far?
It's amazing. I love this country.
Great. Thank you so much for doing that, honestly. And did you, like, before that you were in the USA or in another country? Just USA. Okay. And how did you decide to come to Ukraine?
I don't know. I thought about it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
My application, I thought they'll probably tell me no, and then I won't have to think of it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't tell me no, so I'm here.
Great. Thank you so much for doing that. Thank you, Matthew. And you are here because Thread works for you as well, or you know Peter Alexievich? We have only two ways for people to come here. It's either Threads or it's Peter Alexievich personally. It's Peter Alexievich. Great. Okay, guys. So, talking about Peter Alexievich, by the way. So, the lady before mentioned that her favorite comedian is Zelensky. And we're about to have the battle here because we have also the comedian whose name is Peter Alexievich. But this is not that Peter Alexievich. That's another one. Right? As DJ Khaled would say, another one. Right? Somebody who knows that, they will know that. It's just the weird music that I love. So Peter Alexievich is someone who would never cease to amaze you because this is the first cognitive dissonance that you will get. You will see the guy who looks typically American, inexcusably American, I would even say. And then he would say, my name is Peter Alexievich, nice to meet you. And this is not the last thing that he will surprise you with because this man has a lot to say and he would never... How to say that he is unapologetically honest, right? He is witty. He's sometimes mean, but hey, we all are, and I love him for that. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my God, that skeptical face, that skeptical look on his face as well. Round of applause for Peter Alexievich for bringing us all here. Yeah, okay, take your time. It's not like I'm, you know...
No, I am going to take
It's
my
fine. Okay, hi guys. So let's continue talking because...
Wait. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to point to Max here who is the audience member of the night. This kid
That is so
on the
true.
ball.
And since Peter Alexeyevich took his time, I will also take my time. If you enjoy this show, we are about to have 2 more. Thank you so much. That massage, that's what I really needed. And I don't have money for professional masseur. How do you call that?
Professional
Massage. Masseuse. Okay, masseuse. So anyway, we will have 2 shows, right? Remind me, in November and December, right? In November, that would be on the 8th and December 9th. The 6th. So guys, if you like the show and you would like to see some more, please book your calendars for the upcoming events. Peter Alexeyevich, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so very much, Elena. Ladies and gentlemen, Elena, the hostess with the mostest. Thank you so much. So the first thing I gotta say is I'm wearing the shirt Spirit of Ukraine Foundation because my friends Becca and Lori from the United States are here, and I couldn't be happier about it because they brought me American cigarettes. Look at that, right? Now, I'm in this country 2 years and 8 months, something like that. And I haven't had my brand of cigarettes in 2 years and 8 months. And I am so excited about this. Now, the first thing, I think it was you, right, Sasha, that said, or I forget who it was, somebody said, there's no, like, diseased lungs on here or anything. Yeah. And there aren't, because in the United States, we don't do that. Instead, there's a warning on the side labeled right here that says, smoking by pregnant women may result in fetal injury, premature birth, and low birth weight. I don't have to worry about any of that. So these were selected not just for the brand, but for the Surgeon General's warning. And love. I couldn't be happier. Thank you both so much. Thank you for coming here and for everything that you do for Ukraine. Now, our hostess mentioned cognitive dissonance, right? I don't know. She pretends to be a psychologist or something in real life. And if you don't know this term, cognitive dissonance, it's when you believe something to be true, but it is not, right? And we all have this. Like, for me, this just happened. I was so excited after dinner. I went to the box of chocolates that was on top of the refrigerator because I knew I had 3 pieces of chocolate left to enjoy after my dinner. And I live alone, by the way, so there is no one to blame when I go to the box of chocolates and it is empty. And I am devastated. And I am pissed at myself because I had forgotten that I ate them after lunch. This is the smallest kind of cognitive dissonance that there is, and easily surmounted. Do you guys, now a lot of you are very young, right? A lot of you do not remember the turn of the century. Some of us remember the turn of the century because we called it Y2K. Right? Have you guys heard of this? Y2K, year 2000? And everybody was afraid that when Y2K came, all of the computers would fuck up. And nuclear bombs would go off in their silos, all the planes would drop out of the sky, everything would be fucked, right? The whole banking system would fail. And those concerns were not unfounded. But we did a lot of work to make sure that none of that happened. At the same time, the internet, we got the internet. And you guys that are growing up today, you're growing up with the internet. We did not. It was a new thing. And I worked with a guy who we'll call him Mark, because that was his name. And Mark was a rail thin kid, mid-20s, all arms and legs like a baby gazelle, and just as coordinated. And he was the first victim of internet cognitive dissonance I ever knew. He genuinely believed that when Y2K happened, the reptile overlords would appear out of underneath the earth and destroy humanity and take over the world. He believed this so hard that he spent every dime he had, every last penny, to rent a cabin on a lake in Canada that you could only get to by plane. There was no road, right? He had to hire a seaplane to take him to this cabin that he loaded with guns and food to wait out the disaster that was coming to us all. And it was probably about April when he ran out of money and he had to come back to work. And so he comes back to work and, oh yeah, I know, it wasn't real. I was suckered by it. And for months afterwards, I'm jumping out at him from behind doors. Reptile people, ah! And this is the kind of cognitive dissonance when we believe things that are not true that can lead us to make terrible mistakes. It's also possible for you to believe things that aren't true that affect other people. So I just left the country recently. I was in Bulgaria. Very exciting. As an American, it was my... I know, you wouldn't think so, right? Bulgaria. Right? As a Cold War kid, I had this image of Bulgaria as very, very stone-faced people who don't want to talk to you. Everything is very gray. There is no future. Nothing could be farther from the truth. The city of Sofia is a vibrant, bustling city that I cannot recommend enough for anybody to visit before they get the euro in and things start to get expensive. Right now, it's just a little bit pricier than Kyiv. Oh my God, the food. Anyway, so I'm leaving the country. Now, since I've been here for 3 years, I've left the country, I think, 6 times. So that's 12 times crossing the border, right? I had never once seen drug dogs on the bus. Never once. Now, I'm not an idiot. I don't travel with drugs. So I don't have anything to worry about, right? Except this fucking dog comes and sits right next to me. I'm like, okay. A beautiful little Springer Spaniel. I love a Springer Spaniel. And so the border guard pulls me off the bus and says to me, just tell me now, do you have marijuana on you? And I'm like, no, pal, I don't have any weed on me, I swear to God. He's like, come with me. And he starts going through my things. And this guy and his dog must never have been wrong before, because he is absolutely determined to find the weed that I have hidden in my bag. There is no weed in my bags, right? So we go to the thing and he starts taking my luggage apart. The dog comes up and it's got a little squeaky toy and it puts it on the counter, and I take it and I toss it, right? Because I know I don't have anything. This is not going to be a problem for me. He's like, don't do that. The dog is working. Don't do that. Okay. By the time he's finished going through my luggage, he is so confused. I'm over here with the dog just... We're having a great time. And finally, I swear to God, the dog must never have been wrong before, because he is so confused. And he's like, okay, I guess you're okay. And I look at him and I said, pal, listen, I want you to know, I don't travel with weed, but the dog wasn't wrong. I smoke pot every fucking day. He's like, oh, okay. We go across the border. Now, mind you, it's one of those 17-hour bus rides. I don't know how you do on a 17-hour bus ride to Warsaw. I don't do great. We get to Warsaw. It's been a long 24 hours. I get into the hotel room, and I have to get ready, because at midnight every night, every Monday through Friday, I do a live stream on TikTok for anybody that's interested. As a matter of fact, this show is being live streamed on my TikTok channel right now. Hey, everybody, welcome. There you go. You got some applause. And so I have to get ready for my live stream at midnight. I get to work. The live stream comes, I do the live stream. Now it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I am completely exhausted. I've had no weed to smoke, and I am ravenously hungry in a city with no curfew. I'm like, I could go get a kebab, maybe a pizza. So I walk out of my hotel room and I start walking down the street. And in front of a hotel, there is an American smoking a joint. And I'm like, hey, friend. And I made friends with Ryan from Florida. And Ryan from Florida had some kick-ass Polish medical marijuana. And we start smoking his joints, and life is good. And I'm like, hey, I got Glovo. You want a kebab? He's like, fuck yeah, I want a kebab. So we have Glovo deliver us kebabs while we maintain our smoke session there in Poland. Fucking great night, right? Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. I did not have a lot of money for this trip. I had budgeted about about 500 in cash on me. And I was worried about it, so I didn't want to leave the hotel with my passport or my money. So I tucked them away in the hotel room, right? The money, here's me, 17-hour bus ride, thinking how clever I am. You know those spools that you put a paper towel on so you can pull the paper towel off? I take the paper towel off the spool, I tuck the money inside there, and I put it back on the spool. I'm like, no, cleaning lady, nobody is going to find that in there, right? My money is now secure. Then I go out, I smoke up with Ryan, I come back to the hotel, it's 3 o'clock in the morning now. I've got to be up in 3 hours to catch my flight. So I'm like, God, I better I'll shower now, I'll pack everything up, I'll be good to go in the morning. Alarm clock goes off, I get up, my bags are all ready, I throw on some clothes, I go to the paper towel dispenser, the money is gone. Now this is not a regular hotel, it's an Airbnb. So immediately I start thinking, this son of a bitch is a scam artist who's got cameras hidden in this room. So I'm doing this all over the room, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Right? I'm like, that son of a bitch, and it's cash, so you can't call the cops, right? You know you have a flight in 3 hours, you gotta go. I'm like, fucking hell. Pack it up, go. Nothing to do. Then, in the car, the crazy begins. Maybe, because he seemed like a nice guy, right? He doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would be ripping people off. Maybe Kirill Budanov has finally recognized that I'm a person with talent that could make some contributions to the war effort, right? This is what I'm thinking. Maybe it's a test. Maybe he's trying to see what I will do if all my money disappears and I have to get to Bulgaria. What will happen next? And then I'm thinking to myself, my God, I don't want Budanov to know who I am. That's the last thing that anybody should want. Then I think, wait, what if it's not Budanov? What if it's the Russians? What if the Russians are fucking with me, took my money? They could have planted something on me. I might now have drugs on me. I'm going to have to go through my own luggage at the airport and make sure that nothing's been planted on me, right? It's crazy, crazy things that no one could believe. I get to the airport, still convinced that my money has been stolen. And I start opening up my bag, going through my bag, and the little zipper pocket on the side, I open it up. There's all the money. Of course there's all the money, because I packed it up the night before. But fucking Ryan from Florida and his kick-ass weed affected my short-term memory, or whatever. Or I was just exhausted and stupid and just a normal human being, right, that made a mistake. I mention all of this, the idea, the notion of cognitive dissonance, of believing in things that aren't true, because the Russians think they're winning. and they're not. For 3 years in this country, the first year I was here, I had to be honest and say, neither side is winning. But I'm afraid Ukraine is losing faster. The second year, that changed. Russia started losing faster. Now, today, I can say with a degree of certainty that Ukraine is winning and Russia will lose this fight. And it is such a privilege to be here watching all of you make that history happen. I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity. Thank you. Now, look, I just want to mention, there's going to be an Act 2, right? We're going to do improv, and I hope some of you will play some improv games with us. So we're going to take a 15-minute break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to do some improvisation, and hopefully you will come and play. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much. Thanks so much to Elena. Thanks so much to the comedians, and thank all of you that came out tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm the operation. I did the camera. Oh, I also want to go пописать.
Of course,
Let's go пописать.
It's great. Thank you so much, Patricia. It was amazing. But I have only one question.
Sure. Wait 1 second. Let me just turn this off. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out during the show. We're going to take a break now, and then we will be back for the improv, and we'll see if I learned anything in Bulgaria. Thanks, guys.